Hey guys, welcome to Sagarmatha Cement Cricket Mania, the biggest ICC event. The Cricket World Cup 2019 is underway at England and Wales, and although there have been a few disappointments due to unforeseeable circumstances, millions of cricket fans around the world are rooting for their team, glued to the television screen. Today at Predict and Win, we have a special segment and we have a special guest, probably one of the finest batsmen to have ever played cricket in Nepal, and the most successful domestic captain, Mr. Sharad Peswakar, is here with us. I guess we're poles apart with our fashion choices. But tell me, how's life from a cricketer and son of millions of Nepali mothers and the country in itself, to a father now, to a husband? How's the role transformed and has it been for you?
It's quite different from playing cricket. Actually, I found it much tougher. Your responsibility increases and you tend to spend more time with family. But it's good, like I enjoy it, like with babies and small children. So yeah, I'm very happy.
Are you secretly hoping that Yuvan turns out to be a cricketer someday?
I'll be very happy whatever he chooses.
Right.
So nothing that he has to be a cricketer, but he has been throwing a few balls at me. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
All right. World Cup 2019 on the way at England and Wales. Have you been following the Cricket World Cup?
Yes, I have been following it a little bit, but to be honest, I have found this World Cup the most boring one till now, because so many matches have called off due to rain, and some important matches have been washed out. I hope now the rain will stay away in the upcoming matches.
As a cricketer, what's the thought process when you know that the weather is affecting so many cricket matches, and you go out to the dressing room and you're hoping that you get a game's play, and it doesn't happen? Does that affect you mentally?
Absolutely, because you go so prepared and you're focused for the game, and suddenly, but it's something that it's not in your control. So
right.
We have to go as what the God says. So yeah, you can only focus on the job at hand when if the rain stops and you have to be in the rhythm. Somehow the momentum shifts at times between the teams because of rain, because once you're going well, you don't want to be disturbed by any other things, So rain has been disturbing a few games. I hope now in the coming days it won't affect as much.
Well, fingers crossed. Millions of cricket fans would agree with you. Break in momentum. Let's talk about the teams. England certainly is one of the favorites of this World Cup. Home conditions. India is up there. New Zealand, West Indies emerging as dark horses in this World Cup. Who do you think has the mix to take the cup home?
England definitely has the side to go through to the finals, but now you see like New Zealand is in the top. I didn't think that they would come this far, but it's the very early stages in the tournament. So let's see. We saw one game like the unpredictable side Pakistan beating England.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, it's very tough to say who will win the World Cup. But now the coming matches will be very important, because I think it's the middle stage of the tournament is coming up and some good matches ahead. So every game is important, because all the sides are good sides. All the top 10 sides are there. But I am rooting for Afghanistan, obviously, because I want them to do better, as they are also representing all the associate countries. I hope they can beat this bigger name teams, and they have the bowling attack to do it. I hope their batting also clicks and somehow they beat some of the bigger names.
Sharad, Sagarmatha Cement ko office ma chhau hami, the team, the company that owns your team, Bhairava Gladiators as well. Should we interact with a few employees?
Sure.
Kallai bulaune ta. Ravi ji?
Yes.
Aunus na.
Hello.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ravi Navalgeria, the manager at Korai Cement Industries. Ravi ji, World Cup follow garनु भएको छ?
एकदम सर.
को फेभरेट टिम को तपाईको?
Favorite team India sir.
India. And favorite player?
So Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli. So it's like screenly early disturbed the bhairako cha.
Yes sir. Rainfall.
India एकदम prime form मा पनि छ. Do you think they have it in them to win the Cricket World Cup?
Yes sir, we are cheering up sir.
अनि को चाहिँ तपाईको like toughest competitor यो World Cup मा India को लागि को हुन्छ?
New Zealand.
New Zealand, right? So New Zealand, like we said, the dark horse. आइरहेछ New Zealand पनि, but their performance-wise, they've been very.
जो game पनि थियो actually was called off due to rain. अब maybe they'll play against each other in the semi-final. Maybe, let's see.
अरु कुनै टिमको एउटा प्लेयर इन्डियामा आइदियो भने को आइदियो भने चाहिँ इन्डियन टिम अझ स्ट्रङ्गर हुन्थ्यो जस्तो.
David Warner.
David Warner to replace the injured Shikhar. Left-handers. Eh? Well, thank you, Raviji. Thank you very much. Well, you just mentioned Associated Nations. Let's address the elephant in the room for us Nepali people. 10 of the top teams, do you think ICC would have been far better, like stretching that to probably 40 and 16 and dividing it in two groups and probably test nation like Ireland and then associate nations, but full ODI members like Nepal, UAE get a shot at the cup?
Definitely, like if there were 16 teams, we would have been playing there, you know, so we would have loved to play there in the World Cup. But it's somewhat boring for us, you know, because you see teams like Zimbabwe also is not there, right, who had been playing all the World Cups previously. So it's very unfortunate actually, like other teams missing out. Ireland, Scotland even, they missed out just by a narrow margin in the qualifiers, you know, because they were always on the top in the qualifiers and suddenly West Indies went through, you know, they were not even in the you know, top 2 or 3 positions in the tournament. So yes, this is how it goes. I mean, ICC, they might be looking into it in the coming World Cups. Hopefully they'll have more numbers of teams. As you know, like so many countries are now taking up cricket as one of their leading sports. So hopefully it will increase in numbers, and in coming days Nepal will also be there hopefully.
Well, we certainly hope so, and it would be lovely to see the men in red and blue playing there in the World Cup. So let's continue with the employee interaction. Saral Paudel, please. Legal team Rice Cement Industries. Saralji World Cup
हजुर सर हेरिरहेको छु.
को फेभरेट टिम को तपाईको? न्यू जिल्यान्ड, राइट? डार्क हर्स लाइक. सो न्यू जिल्यान्ड मन पर्ने कुनै कारण पहिले देखि मन पर्थ्यो तपाईलाई? मेकलम?
यस, कारण त्यही नै थियो. पहिले देखि मलाई ब्रेन्डन म्याकलम धेरै मन पर्थ्यो. उहाँको आक्रमक शैली मलाई धेरै मन पर्छ. सँगसँगै मलाई डेनियल भेटोरी पनि पहिले देखि नै मन पर्थ्यो. अहिले चाहिँ मार्टिन गुपिल हुनुहुन्छ, विलियमसन, अनि रोड सेलर पुरानो खेलाडी, उहाँहरू चाहिँ मन पर्छ मलाई.
भेटोरी पनि हुनुहुन्न अहिले, मक्कलम पनि हुनुहुन्न, तै पनि लाइक वर्ल्ड कपको पोइन्ट्स टेबलमा टपमा छ न्यू जिल्यान्ड. को टफेस्ट कम्पेटिटर न्यू जिल्यान्डको लागि को हुन सक्छ जस्तो लाग्छ?
पहिला त अब साउथ अफ्रिका हुन्छ जस्तो लागेको थियो, तर बिचमा उसको 3-4वटा म्याचहरू हेर्ने बेलामा त्यो त लागेन. अब अस्ट्रेलिया नै उसको चाहिँ कम्पिटिटर हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ.
Right, so there's always an unspoken rivalry between Australia and New Zealand as well.
Sure.
New Zealand, I mean, good luck. I think team in form, we'll have to wait and see. So, of course, a part of our interaction here today is with live session with Mr. Sharad Besawakar, and we'd posted this on Sagarmatha Cement official Facebook page a couple of days ago. There are a few questions that the fans have, and I'd like them to be answered by you. Ajay Shakya writes, who's your favorite batsman and bowler in one-day internationals?
Well, growing up, I always used to follow Sachin Tendulkar. He was my idol and still is, and he has always been my inspiration to, you know, take up cricket. Because of him, actually, I started playing cricket, you know, when I saw his batting in the '96 World Cup. So till now, he has been my love, you know, for the game as well. You know, like he has motivated. I always used to copy him playing those drives and straight drives, you know, watching the mirror, because I didn't have a coach at that time. So he used to be my coach as well. Right now, as he's not playing, so I do follow Virat Kohli, the way he's so consistent, and his training routines and all. You know, we try to do as much as we can, watching in the social media whatever he posts. So yeah, right now I think Virat Kohli is the one.
And bowler?
Bowler, I think for now, Sandeep Lamisani for me.
All right, Navraj Khanal asks, which country are you supporting in the World Cup?
I'm supporting, as I said earlier, I'm supporting Afghanistan. Yeah, Afghanistan to do well. I hope, you know, like they beat 4 or 5 good teams, and you know, like I was really hoping that they would reach the semi-finals, but then seeing their first 3 matches, I don't think it's going to be easy for them, because the batting is not coming good, and also their opener got injured now. You know, Mohammad Shahzad who had a very good one-day average and used to give them good starts. You know, so let's see now the coming games. I'm still hoping they'll beat some teams.
Nayan Bista asks why you bowl full 4-over in T20 domestic matches despite there are main bowler in your team.
As you know, our wickets, you know, like it's more of spinners favorable, and you know the spinners. If you see the stats also in the last previous years and all, spinners do play a major role, and the highest wicket takers in the whole tournament is also spinners. So somehow, you know, like whatever the team needs, I try to, you know, I don't go into a game like thinking of bowling the full 4 overs, but if the situation demands, if the team needs it, then definitely I'll bowl my 4 overs, because I used to start as a bowler, you know, like before.
Yeah.
I thought like I will always be a bowler for my team, but then my role was somewhat changed in the team. But now I still feel that I have that awareness and the skill to do well in the matches.
And the stats certainly back you up. Sharad Pesola, every time he comes in with a bowl, I mean, he picks a wicket and breaks the momentum of the other team. Guys, you should watch cricket. Anish Khadka asks, what's the reason behind, and probably this is every Nepali fan's question, Nepal's weak batting performances?
I would say like there are so many reasons, but one of the main reasons being the wickets we play in. It's as you see in the last season of EPL as well. In Kirtipur wickets, the international players were not as successful, you know, as we thought. So, except a few names like Richard Levy. Because of the turning nature of the wicket and the slower nature of the wicket, it's not easy to score runs here. And when you play so many number of years in those kind of wickets, you tend to be more lesser aggressive, because there's more chances of getting out, and you know, and to be consistent it's very hard playing on those wickets.
Yep.
So I think yes, if you play in this kind of wickets, you won't improve, I feel. And there are so many reasons behind it, because of our suspension as well. We are not, you know, it's not helping us to develop better wickets, because there are no funds coming in.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the outside scenario is not very supportive for the players. You know, in the last 4 or 5 years since the suspension has been there, like it's been very tough for the players to train as well. You know, because you don't even know where to go and train, whether you will get the wickets or not in the TU ground. So it's somehow the players are managing themselves. But if you see the stats in the couple of past years, I remember 10 years ago when we used to play the domestic tournament, there was hardly a 50 being scored in the tournament.
That's true. That's true.
But now if you see, there are 10 or 20 50s in every tournament. There are century makers in the tournament. In the last PM Cup also, we have seen like 2-3 centuries being made.
Yeah.
But to improve the numbers, you have to make better wickets, and that favor the batsmen as well.
Well, absolutely. All right, Sumit Shah asks, if you had to pick 2 current international players from any country who can play for Nepal, who will you pick?
I believe like we have talented players here, you know, like same talented players here as well. But I would name for now like MS Dhoni would be one, and Sachin Tendulkar.
Wow, what a Nepal team that would be.
Yeah, definitely.
Gyanendra Malla, Sachin going out to open, and then you have Dhoni, Sharad finishing it off for you. Janak Dioba asks, who's your favorite batsman and bowler in ODI in India? In India,
definitely Virat Kohli is one. Actually, MS Dhoni is also up there, you know, because the awareness he has in the game, about the game, you know, and at pressure situations, the decision he makes, it's brilliant to watch. It's like a computer, you know, like a click. He knows what to do at that moment. So, you know, like batting wise, definitely Virat Kohli, and bowling wise for India, right now I think Chahal and this guy Bumrah is doing really well. Yeah.
Anish Khadka, will we be seeing Nepal playing 2020 T20 World Cup?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, we are very confident this time, because we have a very good young team who are coming up, and actually the young players, to be honest, have been performing better than the senior guys as well. So I think it's a time now that like the younger players are taking up, and they are also becoming more experienced and to handle those pressure situations. So that's a very good sign in this because in the qualifiers we need those kind of players to finish it off. You cannot always expect Basant or Paras or Gyanu to go and perform in every game. So I hope like the youngsters coming in, the team has been gelling very well. We can see the last tournament in UAE also. We beat them in their own home ground. So I'm hoping that we can become winners in the coming qualifiers and qualify to the next round.
Well, good luck for that. How do you feel when awaited matches in World Cup get abandoned due to rain as a fan? And please share your experience regarding this with your national team experience on this. Is the cumulative most asked question on Facebook.
It's very disappointing actually. Like even we as viewers, when we are geared up to watch the games in this World Cup games, because it comes once in 4 years, but then it gets washed off. It's so like it's very hard to sometimes like when you're waiting so patiently for the games and it doesn't happen, but then it's something you can't control. Similar thing happens to us also in international games, but then only thing you can do is have a coffee talk or something with your teammates, so you can't do much. I hope like the coming games won't be as such games that has taken place till now in the World Cup.
Continuing with the employee interaction, Kaveri Gimiriji hunनुहुन्छ हामीसँग. Kaveri ji, welcome. Hi. Always nice to see a female fan of world cricket. Ko tapaiको favorite team ko? England. And any specific reasons why?
They've been a strong team पहिलेदेखि, तर कहिले पनि जितेको छैन, अनि त्यसमाथि अहिले होस्ट कन्ट्री हो, तिनीहरूको अब स्टेडियमहरू, तिनीहरूले ग्राउन्डहरू वेल नोन भइसक्यो, त्यो भएर जित्न चान्सेस हुँदैछ.
Exactly what Sharat said.
Absolutely, yeah. Same thing.
Like, so were you listening to what Sharat was saying? Who toughest competitor England to live?
India, New Zealand, they've been playing well. India पनि अहिलेसम्म एउटा म्याच हारेको छैन, New Zealand पनि त्यस्तै हो, त्यही भएर both of them.
England को स्क्वाडमा अरु कुनै टिमबाट एउटा प्लेयर थप्न पाए भने को?
Rabada.
Rabada, another new talent.
Very good bowler.
Well, thank you very much, Kaveri.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for watching Sagarmatha Cements Cricket Mania. Maybe we'll be joining you with more videos in the near future. Keep enjoying the Cricket World Cup 2019. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.